So, back for another VGC guide, and this time we're looking at Stonjourner. I think probably the most hidden of gems in this VGC format. Everyone was spamming the Ruin Pokemon at the beginning, because they had the busted abilities where they reduce the attack, defense, and special attack of the opposing Pokemon and all that. And everyone was spamming Chi-Yu, because then you would get extra powerful special attacks because the special defense was dropped. Power Spot gives you extra strong attacks on both of them, on both attack and special attack. Just your power is multiplied by a Life Orb boost. So why can't you just spam Stonjourner instead? You can still do exactly the same thing and boost up the power of your partners, while also doing reasonable damage itself. Like 125 attack without any investment is still fine. The thing putting people off Stonjourner is almost certainly going to be that abysmal 20 special defense, but it is somewhat patched up by the Assault Vest. Like this gets to reasonable bulk. It's almost at 100. Almost at 100. Like that's not bad. Like 100 is usually the benchmark that you'd want to be going for. That's 100 factoring in the 1.5 times boost that you get. But I do think you need Impish. Because with Impish, you do something very funny. And you may not believe me, but this survives a choice band flower trick from Meowscarada. If you just go Impish and max HP. That's hilarious. Like its physical bulk is amazing. So with the Assault Vest, it's going to have some longevity on the field and actually be somewhat difficult to KO. And if you don't KO it, then the partner Pokemon is very strong now. It just gets a free Life Orb. And it would stack with a Life Orb that it's holding as well. And it would stack with choice items. So I think the Stonjourner has a lot of potential in this format. Because it's going to really screw with the damage calculations in, like, damage intuition of opponents as well. Because you generally won't be factoring in the Power Spot. You'll have EV Pokemon to survive attacks with, like taking 99% maximum. And then Power Spot suddenly turns that guaranteed not a KO into a guaranteed KO. And that could swing things very much in your favor. Like, I think Power Spot is going to be a brilliant ability here. And the special defense does let Stonjourner down, but it's patched up. Max special defense, max assault, with Assault Vest as well. You're bulky enough. Like, you're actually surprisingly bulky with this. This is perfectly fine, especially on the defensive side. Like, the Flower Chick is ridiculous. But then you just want the coverage here. Rock Slide and Stone Edge. Stone Edge is going to be able to do the most damage you can. Rock Slide is going to be spread, so you want those two. There's not the greatest of coverage that Stonjourner has. Like, Heavy Slam would be good, because it's actually pretty heavy, so it would hit the fairies pretty hard. And then Grass Terror type is also a very good one to pair with Rock as well, very defensively, while also getting a Grass type Terror Blast as well to make use of it. So, yeah, this is probably one of the stronger movesets you can have on Assault Vest. There's things like Earthquake and all that you can have. You can have Low Kick / Low Sweep as well, if you wanted on the Assault Vest ones, so it doesn't particularly matter which ones you have. The main point of Stonjourner is just to sit on the field and chip things, because its attack is reasonable, but the extra damage it would have got is on your partner instead. So it's almost a free helping hand for every single turn. So this should be strong. It should be a good Pokemon in this format. And it's not just the only way that you can run Stonjourner, because it gets Wide Guard as well. You can run Focus Sash and just run Wide Guard instead. And then you can stop all the spread type attacks. Like the Make It Rain would KO probably about 5 Stonjourners if you just let it. But then Wide Guard puts a stop to that. So that could be very nice as well. It's also a Pokemon that gets access to Gravity. Not many Pokemon do. And I am a huge fan of the Gravity and Sleep strategy. So I'm a little bit biased there. But you can perfectly justifiably run Gravity there. With the Focus Sash, you have space for Protect. So you can just keep your Stonjourner alive for one more turn. So that you still get that Power Spot on top of it. So this is perfectly viable as well. Also, it is fast enough to make use of Choice Scarf. This outspeeds Meowscarada. You don't need to outspeed Dragapult, like Dragapult should be a Pokemon, but is barely a Pokemon. So outspeeding Meowscarada is the next best thing, and then you are sorted. And that special defense investment allows you to survive a Sylveon Hyper Voice. Like, it's quite ridiculous that you need that much to survive a reasonably neutral attack, but yeah, that's how much you need to survive a Sylveon Hyper Voice, and then the rest is dumped into attack. So this is perfectly fine as well, because you'll be spamming Choice Scarf Rock Slide from Stab, which is quite funny, because you know what that can do. Choice Scarf Rock Slide is pretty busted in VGC. Also, Terra Blast Ice could be funny to just pick off a Garchomp. Doesn't have to be Ice, like, it can be whatever coverage you want. Could just be Rock, so you can get some extra powerful Rock Slides and Stone Edges as well, because then you're actually going to hit pretty hard with it. Like, now you're investing into attack, the Rock Slides and Stone Edges will actually hurt things. Like, properly damage things as well. So, Terra Rock would be perfectly reasonable as well. And then if you have that, just have Earthquake instead of Terra Blast. So, yeah, this is I think it's a very good Pokemon in this format. Dynamax was holding it back a bit, but without that, I reckon that this is going to be surely a hidden gem. Because it's got the bulk now. With the Assault Vest, it will have the bulk. This is surely the best set. The other two are perfectly fine as well, though, but yeah. Power Spot. Everyone was spamming the Ruin Pokemon. This can do exactly the same thing, but with both attack and special attack, and doesn't reduce your own. So this is just a better ruin Pokemon, right? Right.